Then I woke up, I was like, oh, geez, it's still dark. It must be like 5, 6 o'clock, and no, it's 1. And I was like, oh, okay, I've got a whole bunch of training modules. I'm actually quite a bit behind, but you sounded like you needed to have a talk.
Oh no, I was just wondering why you're up. Still.
Sorry?
I was just wondering why you're up still because I tried to sleep and hadn't, and then I went on here and it said you were still online, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Didn't you go to bed
Yeah.
like 3 hours ago?
No, I did go. I did go to bed. I had this really strange dream. I was working with this. There's this tech YouTuber called Mr. Who's the Boss, which I tend to watch. Which I watch sometimes because it's just like passes the time. But anyway, he designed this Xbox controller, or like a game controller, that was basically like an entirely, like covered in an entirely silicon skin. So
When
the
you say
idea was,
silicon skin, do you mean like...
no, sorry, I mean like a silicon skin. So
Oh.
you know how sort of like a game controller, you have these buttons.
Yeah, I get what you mean now. For a moment, my brain went skin, like human skin, as though it was a silicon version of actual skin. But
No,
yeah, I know what you
no,
mean. Like,
yeah, yeah. So basically, sort of like there wasn't any actual openings on this controller. It was like you charge it wirelessly. The whole thing was waterproof. You could use it anywhere. Yeah, you could use it anywhere because the fact that the controller was had this sort of like silicon membrane over the entire thing. And that was sort of like and it felt like really strange and intuitive to use. Like the buttons, like because the buttons were like they're still physical buttons, but they were basically sort of one with the rest of the membrane. So it was really interesting. But I asked him, I said, like, how does this stuff manage like with like sweat and salts and stuff? It's like, oh, it actually kind of peels away. It's like, but that's like people don't usually sweat when they play games because they're inside, and I'm like, dude, you haven't been to Australia. I'm like, I said, do you know how awesome, like, do you know how like awesome this would be in Australia? Because we lean over our controllers, we sweat on these like mad. Like rubber disintegrates in Australia, like because silicon rubber disintegrates in Australia. So if you can find a material that works, and then very shortly after I woke up, I'm like, a silicon membrane game controller wouldn't actually be the worst idea.
mm.
It just means it's sort of like it won't have any screws or anything, so you could actually get into it and stuff, which from a company's perspective would actually be a good idea. But I think I was dreaming about sweating a lot because I must have been sweating a lot. I am so dry. I am bone dry. Looking at that thing about how the face paint doesn't like sensitive skin.
Well, it says don't use it on sensitive areas.
Yes.
And it actually suggests around the eyes as one of those areas.
Don't use it on around it, like. Well, I suppose it kind of makes sense because like those areas are especially thin skin, and and you wouldn't really want to put it around the eyes anyway because like if you sweat and it runs and it won't run when you do scope. But assuming it did, that's very dangerously close to your eyes. And I'm just imagining us walking through the convention and you saying, I need to get to the bathroom, and then saying, oh my god, I need to go to the hospital. And then we leave and go to the hospital, and they've got to flush your eyes out because of all the paint.
Well, I know that it says soap and warm water to get it off, and I've had full face paint on for several hours before when doing plays and stuff.
Like even on your eyelids?
Yes. In high school my eyelids were blue, and in primary school several days for like 2 weeks my eyes were white and black.
Hold on. Wait, what am I talking? Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is that's literally what eyeshadow does. I'm surprised there's no such thing as a pink eyeshadow.
There is, and actually I was talking to Yindi today and she was saying rather than blush I could use eyeshadow because I'm more likely to find the colour that I need.
Yeah. Wait, did you just I literally just took a drink of water just now as well. Yes, no. Yeah, pink eyeshadow. If you could color match it to whatever body paint you're using, no, or even like if you probably use like eyeshadow for your entire body, but you would have to either get.
Yindi was even saying for my hands I'd probably have to buy a fair bit. So it's like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I could use it around my eyes, but I am thinking like I'll definitely need to buy some.
You wouldn't do it for the palms of your hands, would you? Because like if you did it for the palms of your hands, you wouldn't be able to touch anything. Like it would rub off on things.
Yeah, it would rub off, but the idea is that it would be like easy to reapply, and the idea was my whole body was meant to be pink, including the palms of my hands.
Yes. Well, I mean the palms of your hands don't have to be. I don't think. I'd certainly try. But see, like the palms of your hands are pretty highly abrasive areas. They're always coming into contact with your phone, your wallet, your keys, your bag, other things. Like you'll be reapplying it constantly.
Yeah, I guess I can sort of blend on the edges of my hands and fingers and see how that looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends as to when I actually do it. But yeah, I will have to buy some proper body paint for all over in the future anyway.
Yeah. One of the things I should start with, I'll be sort of in like long sleeves and stuff, but one of the things I should sort of be working towards, which is one of the reasons why I want to get into these training modules quickly, because I don't have very many of them to do, and the sooner I do them, the sooner I can get back into doing it, is ab training, so I don't look like a flabby Kirishiba.
I don't, like, even at your current rate, you wouldn't look like a flabby Kirishiba. You may not have the chiseled abs that all the heroes have in My Hero, or all the male heroes, except for Fat Gum. But it's like.
Oh, you're thinking. I was like, oh, if you want a body like Fat Gum, that's like much easier for you to.
No, I was just saying, except for him, it's like, even if you don't have that, there are not that many cosplayers that do, and even if you're looking to like.
I just had this image of Fat Gum like taking his his hero costume being ripped, and it shows that like even though he's an absolute chub, he's still got a six pack. It's just kind of round.
This is annoying. I'm looking for those pants at the moment. And so far, I can find, like, pants and t-shirt of the sport things. The gym suit.
Which pants?
The gym suit pants that they wear at UA, because you know how you gave me that jumper.
The UA jumper?
Yeah. It's like their sports uniform sort of style, so I thought, well, if I can get some pants. And then when I'm doing Mina and it's cold, like it probably would be in Sydney, I can wear that.
Mina sort of,
and in my case, like
Mina and what's the artist's name?
The whose name?
The manga artist. What's their name?
Horikoshi.
Yes, Horikoshi. What's the word I'm thinking of? Knowing Horikoshi, Mina's gym outfit would be including the shortest of skirts.
No, the gym uniforms still have pants. Even on the girls, you can see the bust. It is defined.
When you say, hang on, just going back.
Although there is a case when they do put the girls in cheerleading uniform. Yeah.
When you say pants, do you mean like shorts?
No, I mean like track pant looking things. Track pant looking things.
Yeah.
Long pants.
Do you even have a pair of those?
No, that's why I'm looking online. Because they have the white on them as well.
In your wardrobe.
No,
they have. Because you said, "Oh, I'm looking for it," and I'm like.
Yeah, I was basically, and I was saying you can only seem to get it with the shirt, as in when I'm looking, I can't find separate, just both.
Yeah.
I found the jumper you wanted and a pair with shorts.
What color are they?
They're the same blue as the top, except they have white stripes on either leg on the front.
So like is it a blue or a green?
Blue, dark blue, not navy blue, but dark blue, and thick white stripes on the front of the legs. So a particular design.
Hold on. No, never mind. I remember what it is now.
Yeah.
Let me just get my stuff ready, because like I said, I woke up sort of to do these training modules, because I'm tired of getting emails about it. And
I guess I could get them with the t-shirt so that I can have a t-shirt as well.
Wait, hold on. There is a method. I just need time to sort of sit down. With my bearings. So I can actually look this up, because in all likelihood you can get yourself a pair of just blue track pants, and then a set of blue track pants, and then we can just
add the white stripes.
Hang on. MHA sports uniform. Okay, I see. Yeah. So those big white stripes, they're just on the front, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would also be easier, considering that it's very hard to find extra small of anything.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if you're looking for Asian sizes, you're probably looking more of a small.
The sites that I was looking at just then, I think most of them were American.
Oh yeah.
I tried
Okay.
looking on eBay and I couldn't find it. Couldn't find the sports uniform at all.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. eBay sort of. The only reason why I could find the MHA school uniform was because I tried looking for it through Google.
I did that next, and
Yeah, 'cause you look
every
up-
single
'cause you-
thing was
Because you look up
small or
MHA
larger.
tie, you look up MHA tie, you get car parts like tie rods. You look up MHA school tie, and you get these
Yeah,
little
well,
things that are
I
designed
typed in
for
My
students.
Hero Academia sport pants.
Yeah, okay.
As in, I tried MHA and then like, no, most things aren't going to be listed under that. So type out full name.
What if you look up MHA sports uniform and see if there's a shop where you can just get the pants? Like, here we go, Amazon. Amazon only has a small.
Yeah, I did look at Amazon. A couple of the Amazons anyway.
Women's extra small is 4'11" to 5'1", bust is 31 to 32, waist is 24 to 25 and 0.5, and hips is 32 to 34. I think that's about your size. Looking at it.
What's my size?
No, they're sort of like, because I remember sort of the, what do you call it? That's the seamstress.
Oh, what she did when we measured my waist and stuff, what we found.
Yeah, she says sort of, because she's like, oh, I didn't realize this. Like, I knew that you were small, but I didn't realize you were that small. And I was like, yeah, she's pretty tiny. That's one of the reasons why I love her. Also, I just realized the front of the sports uniform spells UA.
You only just realized this?
Yes.
First time I saw the show. And really? I saw the show before I read the manga, so yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to the front of the uniforms, so I was paying attention to the back of the uniforms. For obvious reasons.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain those reasons.
Mina in that sports uniform. Oh my god.
Yes, but there isn't just Mina. You know?
Sorry?
I'm just saying, Mina's not the only one wearing the sports uniform, so why were you only paying attention to the back?
Oh yeah, that's right. There was also
everybody else. Every other student.
There's also Frog Girl. I keep forgetting her name.
Sue or Froppy?
Sorry?
Sue?
Sue.
Or Froppy.
Sorry?
Or Froppy.
Sue. Yeah. Froppy just sounds like...
It's a hero name.
Yes, I know it's a hero name, but what it sounds like how you describe an old lady's wardrobe.
I think like that's Frumpy.
Yes, but they're so close together.
Why is nothing smaller than small? Nothing is smaller than small.
Like I said, when I came across it, it was sort of like I had to find something that was I had to get something large because it's like...
Yeah, because that's Japanese sizes.
different body sizes.
But it's like most of these websites, like eBay, you can get stuff from almost anywhere, so you kind of have to look at it. But most sites like Amazon and stuff, you can be pretty sure they're going to be Australian or US sizes, and both of those I'm an extra small.
Yeah.
Or, you know, size 10 pants. It says extra small.
Yeah, so you look up MHA sports uniform.
I can find the full uniform in extra small.
How much is it?
Where's the price gone? There should be a price.
Oh, here we go.
No, that's for Prime.
Yeah.
I don't.
Collectors at eBay has there's a small. Oh, here we go. There's a black set.
No. I'm on. Oh wait, I'm not on eBay. But is this the one? No, that's just a shirt. That's not what I'm looking at. Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
This one. Yeah, I can. Small. Currently unavailable. We don't know when or if this item. Yeah. It's the one thing that was in small and extra small. And the only thing that had extra small is like currently unavailable.
Yeah, because like.
Don't you love it?
Oh yeah. Copy link. Yeah, because I found because I mean what we could do is, like I said, you could just get a small of anything, like a small of whatever, and then we can take it over to the seamstress. But I still have a number saved to my phone.
Yeah, because you probably would have to.
And then she might be able to.
Although, yeah, if I want to.
I mean, another thing you could do is you could dress up as Toga. You could sort of I mean, Toga's uniform is pretty cool.
Hang on a second. Do-it-yourself gym suit, uniform, short sleeves, template, pattern, new blueprint, PDF, vector, printable, digital, download, cosplay, costume. I think if we did just buy blue tracksuits, I think I found a PDF which allows you to sort of gives you a template for the stripes. Or we could use it just for the stripes on the pants, but I think.
Are there any other additional details on here, like there's like reds on the sleeves. Yeah.
Oh, as far as as I said, I got that jumper, so the top half is fine.
Oh, okay.
Bottom half is the issue.
Yeah, well, but the bottom half is literally just a pair of dark blue tracksuit pants, and all we need is the stripes.
Yeah, which are in like a very specific place. But as I said, I've got this thing that I found, which is $5.44 from Etsy, which might actually give us.
So it's
digital PDF file to create your own gym uniform costume, ready to be downloaded and printed on 1:1 scale. Pattern and instructions step by step of the process for beginners. After you buy the item, you'll get access to download page with your files. You'll receive costume PDF files that include one PDF folder for pants and shirt A4 size ready to print on a 1:1 scale from your home printer. PDF build instructions with step by step. And a JPEG of fabric requirement.
Isn't that just okay? That is curious. There is a stuff. I think there is a stuff called a heat transfer. Heat transfer print.
No, and this isn't that. It's more just instructions. I mean, for the pants, it's pretty simple, but because it's just straight white stripes down the front of each leg.
Yeah.
So you probably don't need that, but that is interesting that exists.
Yeah, what I was saying is that if you wanted to get those kinds of prints, how you would print it on your home printer is to get this stuff. It's called a heat transfer paper.
I know what it is. It's actually really hard to get in places like down here. Because I remember the old Warrior Cat site, not the current one, but the old one had some of those that you could print out to put the clan symbols on the shirts.
Yeah.
And not the cat head with the whatever the clan stands for on it, like you could do with the actual shirts from the actual shop now. It was actually just the clan symbols. And this wasn't Redbubble, this was like an official thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, what I was about to say was that you would obviously have to go online to find that kind of heat transfer paper.
Yeah.
But as you had also mentioned, is that A4, there seems to be two separate sizes of A4 for some reason.
I don't remember saying that, but I do remember saying that it was weird that typewriter paper was all different books because they were different.
Yeah, that's what you said. Typewriter paper was a different size.
Yeah, it's like there was one that was the same width as A4, but it was like twice as long. Well, not twice as long. It was like one and a quarter. What?
Wait, is that typewriter paper? There's a reason for that.
Yeah, because they make different typewriters and stuff.
Yeah, no. When for the really old typewriters, adding the paper to the adding the paper to the typewriter meant wrapping the bottom half of it around a roller. So you would put the paper in the top, you would turn a knob on the side, and then you're losing quite a lot of paper. You're losing quite a lot of paper, or losing a lot of typing surface from it being inside the typewriter. Because I'm talking about really old, the really old mechanical typewriters, which are honestly really fun to do. Really fun to do. My brother had 4 of them because somebody, for some weird reason, had thrown out a dozen of them on the tip one time. And they're all these ones that they're all built into suitcases. But yeah. My hero costume, the uniform.
Well, we could just get track pants and paint the white strap, as you said.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because there's a few ways. I wish eBay really told you estimated time of delivery after you buy it. Time placed 2nd of March, order total, blah blah blah. Had to be bought in the US, but estimated delivery somewhere in May. That'll come here in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking I could put in my day bag the other more casual style clothes that I have for her in case it's warmer in the convention center or warms up later on.
Yeah.
So I can just go into one of the toilets and wear the crop top actually underneath the jumper and then just slip off the pants and put on the skirt, or if I've bought some cut-off jeans. But yeah. Horikoshi did not make the girls' sports uniform different. He did put several of them, including Mina and Hagakure, incidentally, into cheerleader uniforms briefly during the sports day thing.
Okay.
Briefly, but they're only seen like once in the show. Those cheerleading uniforms, so I don't know that they're official UA attire or anything.
Yeah.
Like, let's put Hagakure in something, even though I can't. Let's put Hagakure in something revealing, even though I can't see her, because I know what she looks like in my head. Since he did draw her that one time.
Yeah.
Which was just
weird.
But
I think for the fact that see, because she, even though she, like, because she's invisible, so that means that see, when she obviously when she's wearing clothes, you can see the clothes that she's wearing. Which means it's sort of like, for the most part, when she's around, she's mostly she's completely naked.
In her hero costume, I did see a skit about that where Mina's like, you know how Hagakure's hero costume? It's just gloves, right? Right. So does that mean everything else is she just naked? Are they just boobs out in the open? Like, I don't think it's like that. I think it's more like the Million's costume. Like, the costume is invisible like her. It's like, but what if it's not? It's like, man, have a little bit of respect. But boobies.
Yes, but it would obviously be Horikoshi. It would, but knowing like Mineta is a Horikoshi self-insert, it would make absolute sense.
That she's naked.
That she's naked, yes. Yeah. Because I think even Mineta sort of had pointed it out, like, had said it at one point, that, like I think she might be naked.
Well, this was him, but in a skit that somebody else had made.
Oh, yeah. No,
and he was talking to Denki, who, although he likes boobs as much as the next guy, he still has a little bit of respect for the girls. He's not completely gross.
Well, I mean, I'd like to think that sort of all the guys like boobs, but they're just like...
That's what I said. He likes boobs as much as the next guy, but he still has a bit of respect for the girls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
So he's not going to be there talking about it and making hand motions while saying boobies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I mean, if there's one thing if there's one rule in anime that sort of, if there's one universal truth in all of anime, is that, what's the word I'm thinking of? Sorry, my brain is... If there's one rule in all of anime that sticks out, is that the guy who acts like an absolute perv never gets what he wants.
I think that's the rule in the world.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of true. I heard about this one guy, sort of like, he lives in Sydney, and he basically used to stand on the street, like sort of go on this like downtown job a day, and basically ask every single girl if they wanted to sleep with him. And 99 times out of 100, they'd either say no or throw glasses of water at him or slap him or anything like that. But every single day somebody would say yes. It really is sort of like kind of makes sense, because it's like that's what that's basically sort of like my thing, sort of like what I like my thing at work. That's sort of just like, oh hey going, would you like to like a hearing check? And 99 times out of 100 people will say no. But yeah, no, What's the word I'm thinking of? So, but see, also the fact that you're going sort of in like the full, like sort of the long sleeve stuff, that would mean that you would really sort of just need for the makeup, just sort of like for face, neck, and hands. Yeah.
Well, so, that's only if I stay in that, because as I said, I'd be keeping like the other stuff in my bag, so that if it cooled down, I could change. So it was going to be like feet all the way up my legs, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much the part below the pants line and the very top of my thighs wouldn't be painted, and if you drew a straight line across the top of my boobs and around my back and underneath them, that section also wouldn't be painted. The rest of me would pretty much be painted.
Okay.
So yeah. Because the shirt that I was looking at shows my middle and is very short sleeved and stuff, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Wait, sorry. Could you repeat that sort of from the very top? I was sort of in the middle of doing something.
The very top of my thighs and below pants level, like at the hips and down, would not be painted. And if you drew like a straight line from the top of my boobs around my back and then the same underneath my boobs, that area would not be painted. The rest pretty much, because as I said, I'd have the shirt and shorts and stuff in my bag, so if I changed into that, that would show my middle, and the shirt has very short sleeves, and pretty much everything would be showing except for those areas.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, so that's sort of if you're wearing sort of Mina's casual gear.
Yeah, and as I said, I'd keep the sports stuff just for the cold, so if it was warmer, I'd probably change it to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see. Yeah, no, because I was thinking that if you're going to sort of wear the sports uniform the whole weekend, because I mean, for me personally, I think I'd probably wear the school uniform sort of like over the weekends, because
I feel like I'd feel like more likely do it one day and have casual the other day or something. Just general wear.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I would at the very least I would maybe only the very least, I would only do the. I'm just trying to think. I would only do the cosplay sort of for one of the days, maybe on the Saturday.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because it'd be hard enough to get early enough to line up on the Sunday. As opposed to getting up 3 hours early so that you can paint your entire body, wait for it to dry, and then get dressed, and then get there, wait like half an hour before the convention starts or something, so that you can actually line up and get in there when it starts. Or something.
Yeah. There it is.
I remember the second day, the time we stayed in the youth hostel, the second day, Yinny wanted to go to Starbucks first, and then I think we tried to find our way mostly from memory to the convention center.
Yeah.
We ended up on some back road. We're stopped by some guy asking for cash, and we just said no, sorry, and went around him. He didn't pester us too much, but yeah, that was weird. Being in a part of Sydney that seemed to be in the middle of Sydney somewhere, where there was like nothing, just a three-way road that was quite narrow and backs of shops, and there was nobody there except this one guy. You're in central Sydney, that's not meant to be there. But yeah, we found our way. It was just kind of weird. Because it wasn't that far from the hotel. It was like, we went there yesterday, we should find our way. We can get our phones out if we need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is one thing. If we're staying at the Central Youth Hostel, we wouldn't really need Opal cards, because the youth hostel is like maybe a block at most from Central Station, which is where the bus would stop. It would stop on one side of Central Station, I think, and the youth hostel is like a block away on the other side. And then it's a few blocks, but not that far, to walk with just a backpack on your back, a small backpack on your back, to the convention centre. To the ICC.
Sorry?
To the ICC.
So if we could just walk there?
Yeah. Like, if we were staying at the youth hostel, we wouldn't need to catch a train or anything. We'd just have the bus, which Premier Services doesn't use Opal cards. You book before, and although it did say to print it out, I printed it out, and I don't think they checked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they just marked my name off on a list when I said whoever was. Because you had to put that in when you actually signed for the ticket. Yeah. So they'd probably ask my name, ask something, and they go, oh, you got 2 tickets? Yeah, there's 2 of you. Tick. In you go.
Yeah. So where am I supposed to go to get an Opal card?
Oh, if you want to get one, just go online.
Okay.
You should be able to look up Opal card. Google it, and you'll get to a site which will take you through the prompts.
Right. Let's
and then it'll come in the mail. But as I said, you don't really need one.
Hold on. Well, I mean, there's so many occasions where it's sort of come up where people are like, oh, you should get an Opal card. I might as well.
It's only if you're really travelling around Sydney.
Yes, but don't we use them here?
No. People get them for when they travel to Sydney.
Okay. So you're saying that we wouldn't need an Opal card because we could basically walk from Central to the events?
Yeah. It's not that far. to get to the ICC from the Central Youth Hostel, and it's really, really short to get from the Central Youth Hostel to Central Station. And if you go with the group,
Station's literally right next door.
pretty much. And if you go, although you have to go around the other side of the station, but because the Central is next to a line and train which does not run anymore. But yeah. It is an old train station though, converted into a hotel, which is part of the reason the rooms are so tiny. But yeah, it's, or if you go with one of the groups that I talked about that they have on the chalkboard for if you want to go get a meal or go do something, because they have various things that they do all day. You'd be walking there and back as well. They have those there for people staying in Sydney for any reason at the youth hostel can go do stuff without having to go alone. Especially once it gets to night time. Because you do not want to be walking around Sydney and then at night. Although in 2019, some of the events did finish after dark, but not that long after dark. Although I was there with Uni, so we kind of just stuck to the main streets and walked back quickly. The one time I wanted to stay for something late. And last year they didn't have any. I think the last event both days finished at 5:30. So it was like, even though it's like winter in Sydney, it's still light at that time. Or was it 5? Maybe it was 5. Maybe even 4:30. But yeah, it was still very light. So I'm not sure if that was due to COVID, that there were less things on and stuff, or what, but yeah.
I see. Because, it's been so long since I've been to Sydney, so, I think the last time I went to Sydney I was maybe about 14 or something. So there's probably, so much has probably changed there.
Yeah, plus you're only in a certain part of Sydney, by all chances. So you may not have been in the middle of Central. Even if you are in the middle of Central, that's a huge area. I had no idea that Union Liam was so close to the Opera House. First night there was this French thing on where Uni was going to get dinner. She was the only one who found something that she felt like eating, which was a baguette, which she did not eat all of, obviously, there. It was eaten over the next few days by her and me. So we went to Macca's, and then we went and sat on the steps of the Opera House and ate. So I said I didn't realise how close they were to the Opera House.
Wow. Yeah, wow. Because, that would be sort of, that'd be sort of, really awesome for,
It was cool because I hadn't been there since I was in grade 5 no, it wouldn't have been 5. Let's see, so I must have been in grade 4 or less when we did that Sydney trip with Mr. Gallen. It was like the whole of Tanja school, and he worked out these places we could stay for basically free, like the Scout Hall and stuff like that, so we all had sleeping bags and pillows. And mattresses. But yeah, I went in. That was the first and only other time I've been to the Opera House, and that time we actually went in, and Tasha and I were actually chosen to. I think I told you about this when we were in Nuru once. It was a play about this house where they kept on adding more rooms for more people, and then at the end they had to knock it all down, and show little models of the people that Tasha and I were putting on this blue board, and they were being projected behind the production.
Wait, sorry.
Oh, they were like little wooden silhouettes of people that we were adding to this blue board in front of us, which was then being projected onto a screen behind the production.
Ooh, that's cool.
And midway through the show, they did take this short intermission, and the camera actually turned to us, so we could say hi and explain what we'd been doing.
Yeah, nice.
That was cool. I was on a big screen in the Opera House. As a very young kid.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
That was so cool that I was one of the 2 kids chosen.
That would have been so cool.
Yeah.
That would have been exciting and nervous at the same time. Because it's just like, oh, I went to the Opera House.
Yeah.
At the moment, sort of, I'm going through, what's the word I'm thinking of? The Skyrim mods. Oh, actually, what I should do is I should see if there's Witcher 2.
I thought you were meant to be doing modules.
I would be doing modules. But what's the word I'm thinking of? The reason why I'm not doing modules is because it's hard to do modules and have a conversation at the same time. See, because a lot of those modules are sort of like, they have like audio-based yeah, they have like a lot of audio-based things.
Does that mean we should get off the call, since you said you have a lot and you're a bit behind?
I am a little bit behind, yeah. What's the word I'm thinking of? Interesting. Yeah, no, yeah, I am quite a little bit behind at the, what's the word I'm thinking of? But sort of, yeah, yes, sorry, it's hard for me to sort of focus on sort of like the conversation and the echo module sort of concept at the same time, so, yeah. So, I would like, I mean, I'd love to sort of keep chatting, but I've got to keep going.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you this afternoon.
Yeah.
In about 14 hours or so.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. See you, babe.
See you, buddy. Love you.
I love you too.
Night.
Good night, babe.